Hello, everyone. I'm Brian Custer for Show Sports Press Pass Live. A special hello to all of you watching on the CBS Sports Network, Showtime Extreme, and the web. Come Saturday night, they're calling it a return to glory. The WBC heavyweight champion, Berman Stiverne, will put his title on the line against the undefeated knockout artist, Deontay Wilder. You got two big men with huge punching power who can't wait to put their paws on one another and who can stand each other's guts, by the way. Don't believe me? Take a look at what was said to one another Thursday at their press conference.
But get what, Don?
Lay it over, baby.
He said he brought you to the top. But what you gonna do when he gets stopped? Because I'm about to put this Haitian on permanent vacation. And the new Bomb Squad!
This is going to be a terrific fight. This is going to be the end. After this fight, you will never, ever, ever going to hear about Deontay Wilder.
Man, I'll tell you, the stare down between these guys was intense. It lasted for minutes. As you can see, they literally had to be pulled apart. Expect fireworks when those two step into the ring come Saturday night. Now, also on that fight card, you're going to see the undefeated junior welterweight, Amir Imam. He's going to take on Fidel Maldonado. In the co-main feature, you'll see the super bantamweight champion of the world, Leo Santa Cruz, making his fourth title defense against Jesus Ruiz. All the fighters are here. It's time to get this weigh-in started. I'm going to pass things over to the always classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Some noise for Hall of Fame promoter.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon to you, and we welcome you to the MGM Grand here in Las Vegas for the official weigh-in for a big night of action coming your way. Return to Glory, brought to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, Don King Productions, and Showtime. Sponsored by Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina, Mexico, Live It to Believe It, and Casa Noble Tequila, single estate grown premium tequila. All right, fans, here we go. We're ready to weigh in. Our opening bout on Showtime Championship Boxing. 10 rounds for the vacant WBC Continental America's Super Lightweight Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, he makes his way to the stage. From Albuquerque, New Mexico, Fidel Maldonado Jr. 'And now, making his way to the stage, make some noise for the undefeated Amir Young Master Imam.
Amir Imam taking on Fidel Maldonado Jr. Now, Amir Imam is a fighter who really graduated from our ShowBox series to now contenders old, 3-year pro. And you can see Imam there. You might remember when he drilled Jeremy Bryant on ShowBox and then sent Jared Robinson out of the ring. That fight was in February just last year.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Imam has averaged less than 3 rounds per fight.
From Albuquerque, New Mexico, 19-2 with 1 no contest, 16 knockouts. Please welcome the Atrisco Kid, Fidel Maldonado Jr. 139 pounds for Fidel Maldonado Jr., 139.
Maldonado comes in a pound under the weight limit. This is a young man, 6-0 in his last 6-0-1 in his last 7 fights.
Ranked number 8 by the WBA, the young master Amir Imam. 140 pounds for Amir Imam, 140.
So Amir Imam right there on the weight limit. It's a step up really in talent for him, taking on Fidel Maldonado Jr. Maldonado's 23, 5 years He's been a pro. Unbeaten Maldonado Jr. is in the junior welterweight division. He comes from Albuquerque, and of course home of the late great Johnny Tapia, former Hall of Famer Bob Foster. These two were supposed to fight back in the amateurs, and they never did, and they said they get to finally settle the score on Showtime Championship Boxing come Saturday night. As we prepare for these two to face off. Imam, by the way, is sparred with the likes of Sean Porter, Shara Brill, Yuriorkis Gamboa. Let's watch them face off.
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. Opens up Showtime Championship Boxing. Fidel Maldonado Jr., Amir Imam. This bout, ladies and gentlemen, brought to you by Don King Productions, of course. In the middle of them right here, we have one of the all-time greatest promoters of any sports, the one and only Don, only in America, King. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we continue with our weigh-ins with a World Championship attraction brought to you by Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions and Showtime, sponsored by Corona, Mexico, and Casa Noble Tequila. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Super Bantamweight Championship of the World.
He makes his way to the stage. Representando Nogales, Mexico, Jesús Ruiz. And now, ladies and gentlemen, he makes his way to the stage. Make some noise for the undefeated Leo El Terremoto Santa Cruz.
You know, Leo Santa Cruz, one of the most popular fighters in this sport. I mean, just a high volume puncher. You saw their fan response. They love Leo Santa Cruz. He's 26 now, been a pro 8 years. He is the WBC Super Bantamweight Champion of the world as Jesus Ruiz gets ready to step on the scale.
And now we invite to the scale, ladies and gentlemen, ranked number 14 WBC featherweight, making his first attempt at a world title from Nogales, Sonora, Mexico, Jesus Estrella Ruiz. 122 pounds is the weight limit on this bout. Jesus Ruiz weighs in at 122 pounds, right at the limit of 122 pounds. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, the two-weight division world champion, fighting out of Los Angeles by way of Huetamo, Michoacan, Mexico, the undefeated WBC Super Bantamweight champion of the world, Leo El Terremoto Santa Cruz. 121.5. Leo Santa Cruz weighs in at 121.5 pounds.
So Leo a half pound under, Ruiz right on weight. For Ruiz, taking a huge step up in class against Leo Santa Cruz. Leo 8-0, 4 knockouts in his world championship fights. This is basically his 9th world championship fight, his 4th title defense of that super bantamweight title he has, as these two get ready to face off.
Mexico, Mexico, ¿quién gana? MGM, make some noise!
There they are, ladies and gentlemen, WBC Super Bantamweight Championship of the World, Leo Santa Cruz, Jesus Ruiz.
You talk about the run that Leo Santa Cruz has had since June of 2012. This is Leo's 9th world title fight, the most of any current titleist in that span. You know, Gennady Golovkin has had 8 world title fights since June of 2012. That just shows you how active Leo Santa Cruz has been and how dominant he has been thus far, making his 4th world title defense of that super bantamweight title. Again, Leo 8-0, 4 knockouts in world championship fights. High volume puncher, always very exciting. And joining me now is the super bantamweight champion of the world, Leo Santa Cruz. You hear the crowd response. What should they expect out of you come Saturday night?
A great fight, a war. I'm going to go leave it all in the ring and give the fans a great fight.
What are you expecting for him? You know, usually when you get 2 guys of Mexican descent, man, it's an all-action fight.
Yeah, no, of course. When 2 Mexicans fight in the ring, it's a war. Nobody want to lose, so we want to leave it all in the ring. And he said he comes ready. He's so confident that he's going to beat me, but I'm not going to let that happen. Yeah,
he said that basically that he's a high-volume puncher, too. He doesn't think anyone's done that to you, and he's going to bring the fight to you. You want that kind of fight?
Yeah, of course. Those are fights I want because I want to give the fans a great fight, and with those fighters, I will.
All right, certainly don't want to look past anybody, but who does Leo Santa Cruz want? Tell these people, if you're victorious, who do you want?
No, hopefully everything goes good Saturday, I want Abner Mares or Rigon Ducks, one of those.
He says he wants Abner Mares if he's victorious. Leo Santa Cruz, best of luck to you come Saturday night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, lately, you know, the heavyweight division hasn't garnered the type of attention that it once did, and that's understandably considering all the talent in that welterweight division, especially with Floyd Mayweather at the tip top. He's the pound-for-pound king of boxing. Well, come Saturday night, you will see the heavyweight division garner a very lot of attention because quietly you've had 2 men in the heavyweight division who have fought their way to the top. You know, last May, Stiverne knocked out Chris Arreola in 6 rounds to win the WBC heavyweight title. He puts it on the line against Deontay Wilder. Wilder's 32-0. All of his wins have come by knockout. None of those fights have lasted past 4 rounds. Here's both fighters now, in their own words, on what this title fight means to them.
Football was my life. I thought I was gonna make it. But I was injured in practice, and that was it. That was the last time I played football. You know what they say, what don't kill you makes you stronger.
I would never say I was an angel. I've done a lot of things throughout my life, a lot of games, and it was rough back then, man. It was rough. I got in a lot of fights. I beat the kid up I beat him up, even though he was older, and I remember walking home, maybe this was my calling.
I believe that God gives you abilities, and you just got to take it and run with it. When I hit somebody, the body language, the legs, the eyes, you can tell when somebody is seriously hurt.
It can be a scary feeling, or it can be a fun feeling. When you knock them out, you know you have gained victory. You know it's over. I like my job. This is the only job I know I can hit somebody, hurt a man, and get paid legally.
I know he's doing a lot of trash talk. At the end of the day, where we saw all of this is in the ring.
I want to hurt him. I don't want him to die, but I want him to feel a little pain to the point I want to beat him to the half-inch of his life.
I'm not going in the ring to defend my title. I'm going in the ring to hurt somebody.
I'm gonna end up on top as the champion.
It's gonna be a fantastic night. It's in Vegas, headline, heavyweight champion of the world. I mean, you can't get better than that.
Well, it is time for the heavyweights to step on the scale. Take a look at this crowd. These guys are ready to see the heavyweights. Deontay Wilder's undefeated. All of his wins have come by knockout. Berman Stiverne is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. He hasn't lost in almost 8 years. It should be an all-action fight. It's time for both of the heavyweights to step on the scale. So with that, I'm going to turn things over once again to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand, we are ready for the weigh-in for the main event of the evening, brought to you by Don King Productions, Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions, and Showtime, sponsored by Corona, La Cerveza Más Fina, Mexico, Live It to Believe It, and Casa Noble Tequila, single estate grown premium tequila. All right, fans, here we go. It's time to bring out the fighters for the main event of the evening, the main event of Return to Glory. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the world.
MGM, make some noise. The undefeated Deontay, the Bronze Bomber, Wilder. And now, ladies and gentlemen, MGM, make some noise for the WBC Heavyweight Champion of the World, Berman, beware, Stiverne!
Well, I'll tell you, this arena has not had this electricity for a heavyweight fight in quite some time. 1997, that was the last time this venue was the host for a heavyweight championship fight. Berman Stiverne, 36 years old. He's been a pro now for 8 years. The first Haitian-born boxer to win a heavyweight world title. And there's Deontay Wilder. Won the bronze medal, the 2008 Olympics. He was the least experienced member of that U.S. boxing team and the only one to medal. In case you're wondering, the last male U.S. boxer even to win an Olympic medal is Deontay Wilder. He's been into the 4th round 4 times, but he's never been past the 4th round because he's knocked everyone else that he's fought out before then. America has been craving for a heavyweight champ. That's because the last American heavyweight champ, Shannon Briggs, that was back in 2007. In case you're wondering, the last undefeated American to win the heavyweight title was in 1992. Deontay Wilder can become the first undefeated American heavyweight champion who have knocked out all of his opponents if he's victorious come Saturday night, and he's claiming he will win by knockout. Berman Stiverne, never been down. He's a former football player. Went to Michigan State, got injured, didn't play a down, and then turned to boxing. At age 10, he and his sisters and his mother, they moved to Miami.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite to the scale the challenger from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Sensational record of 32-0, 32 knockouts. U.S. Olympian, WBC #1 contender, the Bronze Bomber, Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder weighs in at 219 19 pounds.
What an athlete Deontay
And now,
Wilder
ladies and
is.
gentlemen, the defending world champion fighting out of Las Vegas, representing his homeland of Haiti and Canada. Over 7 years undefeated, making his first defense of his title. Here is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Bermain Beware Stiverne. Bermain Stiverne weighs in at 239 pounds. 239.
So Bermain Stiverne come in 239, about 20 pounds heavier than Deontay Wilder. We're going to talk to both of these fighters. Was talking to a couple of fighters who sparred not only with Deontay Wilder, but Bermain Stiverne. I thought one interesting thing he told me about Bermain Stiverne, he said, when Bermain Stiverne hits you, you know you have been hit. Unbelievable power in his hands. You know Deontay Wilder has power. When you look at his record, the rhetoric has been strong by both men. It's interesting, they both claim they're going to win by knockout. Both men say this fight won't last past 4 rounds. Wilder will have, obviously, the height and the reach, and it will be interesting if Stiverne can get inside that reach. Now, these two faced off at the press conference, and it lasted minutes. And they literally had to be restrained and pulled apart from each other. Let's see what happens this time when these two get ready to face off.
MGM, who do you got? Deontay Wilder, or your heavyweight champion, Bermain Stiverne?
There they are, ladies and gentlemen. This is for the WBC Heavyweight Championship of the World.
All you had to do was just look into the eyes of Bermain Stiverne and see the intensity. This should be one heck of a fight, all action fight between the both of these guys. Both men predicting a knockout. Both men say it will not go past 4 rounds. Bermain Stiverne, the reigning WBC heavyweight champion of the world. Deontay Wilder says it has been his dream to be champion, and he claims it will finally come true Saturday night. We're going to talk with both of these fighters, and we're going to start things off with the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Bermain Beware Stiverne. Man, those face-offs between you and Deontay have been intense, and I was watching your eyes. Can you tell us, what were you thinking as you faced off against them?
There's one thing you got to know, that eyes don't lie. you know? And I can see it all up in his eyes. He ain't ready for this.
There has been a lot of rhetoric that has been thrown about in this fight, leading up to this fight. Can you give me one thing that he said you felt like was really disrespectful, that really got under your skin?
He didn't say nothing that was disrespectful to me, but yesterday at the press conference, he actually made a prayer, and I actually give him respect, and I bow my head down, and that prayer was an insult to God. Go back and listen to that prayer. That was disrespectful.
What should we expect come Saturday night? Because he said that he not only wants to beat you, but hurt you. What should we expect Saturday?
Deontay ain't gonna do squat. Deontay ain't gonna do nothing. Like I said last night, this will be the last time you hear about Deontay Wilder.
He is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world, Berman Stiverne. Thank you for the time, champ. We're going to speak with the challenger, Deontay, the Bronze Bomber, here next, and get his response, what he expects to come Saturday night as he challenges for that heavyweight title. You already heard with Berman Stiverne what he says. He claims after Saturday night you won't hear anything from him. Let's see what Deontay has to say. We'll step in here. Deontay, he basically just said, the champion said, after Saturday night, we won't ever hear again from Deontay Wilder. Give me your response.
Well, we'll have to see about that. You know, I feel the talking has been done. Now it's time to fight. So come tomorrow, we shall see who will still stick around or who will vanish. And I'm sure the people's champion, the world's soon-to-be champion, is going to be around for a very, and I mean very long time.
What should we expect out of you? He basically said he's going to stop you in this fight. What should we expect from Deontay Wilder Saturday night?
Well, one word out of his mouth he got word is stop. That way he got right. Which it won't be me, but it will be him that will get not only stopped, but hurt to an inch of his life.
Well, you've been waiting for this for a long time. We're just a day away. Give me your thoughts here leading up to your chance to be heavyweight champion.
1, 2, 3, boom. Knockout by Stiverne.
There it is. He's the Bronze Bomber. Best of luck to you, okay, Deontay?
Thank you.
Well, you've heard from both of the heavyweights what they say was going to happen Saturday. What about you, the fans? What do you think is going to happen, of course, Saturday night? You guys have been voting on our Show Street. It is Showtime's new online voting game, and so far, this is what you think. How about this? Nearly 80% of you believe Deontay Wilder will be successful and that Jimmy Lennon Jr. will say, and the new WBC heavyweight champion. Interesting there. All you want to do if you want to get in on the action, go to showstreak.com, sign up for your chance to pick fight winners and win big prizes. They are calling it Return to Glory. Berman Stiverne puts that heavyweight title on the line against Deontay Wilder. You've got 2 more exciting fights. It's Showtime Championship Boxing. It comes your way live tomorrow night, 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific time. Now, immediately following this weigh-in show, we've got a special treat for all you fans on the web. It's an encore screening of All Access Stiverne versus Wilder. If you want to get in on the conversation, just use the hashtag StiverneWilder. And for all the latest updates and features, all you've got to do is go to our website at show.com/sports. That's going to do it here from the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. What a weigh-in show it has been. I'm Brian Custer. Thanks for watching Show Sports Press Pass Live.
Explosive. Dominant. Destructive. Deontay Wilder has destroyed everyone in his path. Will he bring the heavyweight title back to America? Title holder Berman Stiverne might have something to say about that. Undefeated challenger versus champion. Stiverne versus Wilder. The next is now.
The most significant heavyweight fight in the U.S. in at least the last decade.
Contender, the Bronze Bomber,
We know the drought in the heavyweight division has been long enough.
The first heavyweight title fight here at the MGM Grand since Tyson Holyfield 2, the ear bite fight.
The heavyweight division always been the head that controls the body.
Never been so ready, man.
I'm gonna keep your record clean, because you ain't gonna pass 4 rounds.
Whoever wins this, it's going to be talked about, because I don't see this fight going 12 rounds.
Can you tell us, what were you thinking as you faced off against him?
I can see it all up in his eyes. He ain't ready for this.
Y'all only knew how much pain I'm about to put on this boy. I laugh at that shit, boy, I tell you.
This man has knocked out every person that has stepped in front of him.
You don't understand what you done got yourself into.
You sitting there with that fake ass and that ridiculous suit you got on. You can't even look at me straight with a straight face.
You don't understand what type of man you about to get in the ring with.
This is gonna be the end. After this fight, you will never, ever, ever going to hear about Deontay Wilder. And you're gonna hear still, baby, still. Because you know what? I'm gonna tell you what, I'm trying to catch a case.
Wow. Wow. This is what I'm talking about. This is something that you got to understand, that Deontay made him talk.